hair.
Okay.
This is...
Ryan needs to get back and check on our volunteers.
Thank you very much. Here's some more of these milkweeds in smaller.
Yeah, I'll send Sean and Andrea and maybe Karen as well.
What?
Sean and Andrea and maybe Karen.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sean and Andrea is who you really probably want to talk to.
Yeah, and she was in a meeting, but Linda up at the main desk didn't happen to know what time the meeting was.
Andrea?
Yeah, and see that's yes, because Andrea she's not really involved with our milkweed project.
Right.
It's more Sean, our nursery manager, and
Okay.
Karen, who's our conservation director.
So have they been in touch with Fish and Wildlife or anything?
Oh,
or?
yes.
So they're
Yeah,
kind of working
we've
with
met
them?
We've met with Chris and all that.
Yeah.
Chris Best?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he's a friend of mine. His
So
wife Rebecca,
I'll
you know
gotta
Rebecca.
check on them, but I'll let them two know.
Okay, yeah, I'll be. Oh, I'm sure I know Sean. I'm like I said.
Yeah, if you saw him, you would.
Yeah. Okay, so here we have some other little smaller milkweed. They've got their tuberosa of their own growing here in these great deep flats that allows for this taproot. Those 4-inch flats with 50 cells are a great flat to.
Now these little guys are 38.
And these are 38s. These are very nice. Those will work too. I mean,
Now these are 38. These are.
oh, these are 38s, and these are what?
These will hold 98.
Okay, so look at here, folks. This is a very good flat size. 98 is a very good.
But it's really heavy.
It's heavy. Oh, look how deep it is.
So when
how
you
deep
dig-
is that, Susan? It looks like it's a foot.
100. Hey, be careful with my babies, man.
I like this.
I think there are oh, shucks. I want to say they're like R110 something. So
Yeah.
I need.
They look like they're at least 10 inches deep.
Yeah, they're nice.
And so do you have like a plug drill to you use a drill to put, if you were going to put those in the landscape, you'd use a drill, wouldn't you?
I think it depends on the situation. If we're just talking a few, I'd probably use a sharpshooter. But I guess if you, I mean, we're pretty low scale. I mean, small scale. So
Right.
a lot of these are going to go to schools. So
Cool.
it would probably be something like that. Now, if you were like farming it, it would be a whole nother thing. You probably need something like that in order to make the most of your situation.
Right, these things are great. I'm learning right away because see, we started these in these 128s, and then I've moved some of them into 50s, but they're not deep 50s.
Uh-huh.
But I do have some of those deeper.
Yeah. And
These right.
some of these are more fibrous rooted, like the Asclepias texana. It seems like it's more spreads out. And I believe these are supposed to be more fibrous too. But I was thinking Asclepias asperula, you know how they get that thick, strong tuber going. And so for them, it seemed better to start them in these bigger things. Although, you know, at some point, I guess they're not going to care.
Well, if you've got a taproot that's a foot, 10 inches long to start with, and you drill them or shoot them, you're pretty much establishing that plant from the get-go, and you're keeping the soil tight around the plant, which is very important. Keeps the air out.
That's nice, yeah.
These are great flats. I'm going to have to get some of these. I'm going to have to find out.
Well, you might be able to talk to Sean about that, because we had gotten these for another project, and we're reusing them, making the most of it, and they are deeper. They have a nice diameter.
So have you pulled some of those out? Are you finding roots all the way to the bottom?
Not yet.
Not yet.
No, we haven't had this going on that long for me to say that.
I see.
Let's see. These were planted March 20th, so I'm...
Oh, were those seeds?
These were transplanted from, I mean, they were planted as transplants. We used the square bulb trays like this over here. But, you know, ultimately it might be nice for us to try it that way.
Well, this is Ladybird Wildflower Center. Susan's been doing most of the propagation for these milkweed, and we're really learning a lot here today about how to proceed. So she's using a propagation method. Did you stratify those seeds for a while, Susan?
Yeah, they were stratified. Oh, there's one of my ladybugs that didn't run away.
We got one.
Dirty little stinkers. They need to hang around and do their job. Yeah, these were stratified.
For what, a month?
You soak them overnight.
Oh, in a special,
Generally, it's just the tap water that we've been using. We may do something different when we do our
So when you say you just did them overnight, were they scarified before you soaked them?
No, these seeds were from Native American seed. They were put in the fridge, or they were soaked overnight, then they were put in the fridge to stratify. In February, they were planted as seeds in March. So as soon as I can get enough time to get this stuff done, I'm going to get these into smaller containers so that they'll be available for the National Wildlife Federation has a project with schools, and I believe that we're trying to provide 6,000.
Okay, so these will be, you'll put these in 4-inch deep containers, or you'll put them in 50s, or what do you think you'll put these in?
I think that a lot of these are going to wind up in the these 38s. We have a lot of these, and even though this is deeper, this is just slightly wider.
Yeah, but this also provides a little more root towards the surface, and that helps.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because these are kind of, let's see, which is this one? Oh, Asperula. Yeah.
Right, but these are the showy ones. This is the one that I really like, Susan, because it's so showy. It takes a couple, 3 years for it to mature and really bloom, but once it blooms, it's also a great nectar plant for bees and hummingbirds and everything.
Yeah, it'll be nice.
These are great. So,
hey, Sean, come back.
well, that's a good. This is a great little project we're getting started here. This looks like more Texana. Is this which one is this one?
Some of these are speciosa, some are syriaca.
Okay.
Let's see. This one is syriaca, and I don't know that much about it except that it does get kind of large. I'll learn more and be able to tell you more at some point, but I'm still in the getting up to speed.
These are great.
Syriaca.
Milkweed. We're gonna.
So we have that and speciosa.
And we're gonna do some planting down there too. I think we'd want to put some Texana down at City Hall too. We'd like to put 4 or 5 species in down there around City Hall.
I got to look at the USDA maps and see just where that one usually is found.
Well, you can find. I've looked at the map on Texana, and it's mostly by counties. When you drill down on the map, it's mostly by counties, and I think it's a lot because it just hasn't been tried. Because the counties will have there'll be 4 counties around, and then there's none in that one particular area, just because.
Yeah.
I think if you put it there, it would live. Is what I'm saying. Yeah. This is very nice milkweed. We have a big variety. We have 4 different kinds of milkweed here. East of on the I-35 corridor and east, the ecological map shows tuberosa as the predominant milkweed, and then you go west of the I-35 corridor, you see asperula and green.
We just have a little bit of the...
And zezotes.
Yeah, and we have a lot of... Well, we have some of the zezotes.
Zezotes is the side bloom.
This is the only little viridis that we have.
Okay, little viridis.
We only had a few seeds. We have someone who's offered their property when it's ready. Manette Marr is working with her so that we'll be able to collect lots of seed from them. And she has the protocol and all that she's going to follow.
I'm going to bring some seeds down to you. I think from on the Brushy Creek Bike Trail. I've been watching a group of antelope horn for a long time, and the seed pods are starting to mature. Mm-hmm. Maybe I'll be able to bring you down some seed pods from that site. Okay, well, thank you very much, Susan, for all the information you're doing here today. This is Craig the Butterfly Man. I'll probably add to this later.